I'm back. I'm just
Okay.
I'm back now.
Okay.
I'm back.
Seriously, I will come over there.
Okay,
I'm not kidding. It's not that far.
Do it.
Okay, YouTube, I'm back. I'm at the end of row 25. So that's my last stitch. So I'm just going to slip stitch in the single crochet, our first single crochet. So now we are done with our hat. So this is what it looks like. Like I said, if you wanted to like make this for like a to be like a ball cap or something, then you could just easily cut down the size. This is 25 rows. You can maybe go like I don't know, 22 rows or 21 rows, just whatever size, or I mean length, I'm sorry, you see fit. Okay, so now we are going to go on and put elastic in our hat. And I'm not going to record this elastic because I already have a video featuring me doing the elastic. So you can go to part 2 of my slouchy beanie tutorial, and near the end there is a footage of me putting in the elastic on my slouchy beanie. So you're just going to use the same technique with this hat, okay? So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay guys, I'm back and I'm done weaving in my elastic, and so this is what it looks like. I'm actually going to cut this and make it shorter. Okay, and so I already bind off my black yarn because we're not going to need this anymore until we get to the air flap. So go ahead, bind off your yarn. Usually you bind it off before the elastic, but yeah, bind it off and you can move on to the next step. We'll be using the homespun right now. Because what you're going to do now is we're going to take our homespun. You're going to have 2 strands of it. So we're going to take it, we're going to put it in our hook. We are going to join this with a slip stitch to our hat. So if I can pull it through. So, whoa. This yarn is really not easy to work with, and I don't know how it's going to be for you guys. Excuse me, for you guys to see it. But we'll try. Okay, so that's my first place where I'm going to put a stitch. So since I slip stitch, I usually kind of count that as a chain 1, 2. So I'm just going to single crochet in the same stitch I slipped in, crocheting over the black yarn and the elastic. I would crochet over this, but it would be too bulky in the back, so I'm just going to go ahead and weave that in later. So I'm going to do 1 stitch right there, okay? You are going to do 1 single crochet from there on in each single crochet, okay? Using an H hook and 2 threads, 2 strands of homespun yarn, crocheting over your elastic and the rest of the black yarn that is there, the tail of your hat. So just continue to do this and I will meet you at the end. Okay, I'm done with mine. Oh, and by the way, when you're done with your row, you're just gonna slip stitch in your single crochet. Actually, you're not going to, because it kind of leaves it bulky. So what I did instead is I did my last single crochet, which was right here, right? And then I just pulled my string through and I cut it. So then I took my crochet hook, stuck it through my first single crochet, and I pulled the yarn through that single crochet like this. But what this does is it'll give it like a flatter, it'll be flatter. Now if you were to do like a slip stitch and all that, then you bind off, then you weave all that in, you will have like, you know, kind of a lump. But this is a lot more flatter and it looks a whole lot neater to me. So I'm not going to weave it in right now because I need the back to measure, I mean not to measure, but to pinpoint where my ear flaps are going to go and where the front of my fuzz is going to go, like it is on my other hat, okay? So we are done with the cap part. This could also be just like a regular scully if you wanted it to be, but yeah. So you have actually finished your cap, so yay for you. So now we are going to go on to the ear flaps and the fuzzy part in the front, okay? And the ear flap tie strings, okay? So stay tuned. Okay guys, so here's the first ear flap. I already made it. So this is what it looks like. You're going to be using 2 strands of yarn to make this. And I have a little loop down here, so this is where you're going to put your strands. So let's get started. So we're going to start with our slip stitch. And we are going to chain 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoops. And my yarn kind of got me. 10, 11, 12. Okay? So add another chain. So actually chain 13. I'm sorry. Chain 13. So with 13 chains on your hook, we are going to single crochet in the second chain on the hook and in each chain throughout. So continue to single crochet all the way to the end, and all the way to the end, and I'll meet you at the end, I guess. Okay. For row 2, we are going to single crochet in each single crochet on our hook. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 3, 4, 5, or if I could get it to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, oops, sorry, 11, and 12. It's kind of hard crocheting with 2 strings. So, anyways, that's row 2. For row 3, you're going to chain 1 and do the same thing as the last row. Just single crochet in each stitch all the way across. In each single crochet. The yarn is getting tangled. Okay, so that's row 3. Row 4 is just going to be a decrease row. Wait, is it? Okay, so for row 4, it's just going to be the same thing as the last row. So single crochet in each stitch all the way across. Sorry about the snoring, you guys. My dogs are in here. They're pugs, so yeah. Zach, Delilah. Sorry. So that's it for row 4. Okay, so for row 5, this row is going to be our first decrease row, okay? So, chain 1 and decrease in the first stitch on your hook. So, this will be our first decrease. Those first 2 stitches make a decrease. Then we are going to single crochet all the way to the end. So, single crochet in every stitch after that. All the way to the end until you reach your last 2 stitches. So I have 1, 2, I have 3 stitches, so you're going to decrease in those last 2 stitches. Okay, and that is it for row 5. Okie doke. For row 6, we're going to chain 1. This is just going to be a single crochet row. So if I can get this to get on my hook, chain 1 and single crochet in each single crochet on your hook. So, okay, this row is just single crochet in each single crochet and those decreases too. And that is it for row 6. For row 7, you're going to chain 1 and do the same thing as the last row, single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so that's it. Okay, for row 8, we are going to chain 1 and do the same thing as the last row. I know, but the next row after this is going to be a decrease, so just recording all of it so that you guys won't miss a thing. My yarn is getting tangled. So single crochet in every single crochet. And that is it for row 8. So for row 9, we're going to do the same thing that we did on row 5. We're going to single crochet decrease in those first 2 stitches. So you can see right there, a decrease. And then we're going to single crochet in the rest all the way across until we reach our last 2 stitches on our hook. So we have 2, 1 and 2. So, and then we are going to decrease in those 2 stitches. Okay, so, and that is it for row 9. Okay, for row 10, we are going to do another decrease in our first 2 stitches and single crochet all the way across again till we reach our last 2 stitches. And we are going to decrease in those 2 stitches. Okay? And that is it for row 10. For row 11, you're going to chain 1. Wait, I already chained 1. And you're just going to single crochet in each stitch on your hook. On each single crochet. Whoops. And that's it for that row. Okay, for row 12, I'm going to chain 1. And this row is another decrease row. So what we're going to do is we are going to single crochet, decrease, in our first 2 stitches right there. Then we're going to decrease in our next 2 stitches. And then we're going to decrease in our last 2 stitches. You should have a total of 3 stitches on your hook, okay? So that's it for row 12.